Recall the complete burning of gas results in heat, water, and carbon dioxide. In reality, no burning is totally complete, so minute amounts of carbon monoxide are also produced. But when incomplete burning results in excessive amounts of carbon monoxide, it can be deadly. Unfortunately for humans, our blood readily absorbs carbon monoxide. In fact, it welcomes the flow of carbon monoxide over oxygen. Over time, CO displaces the O2, which if unchecked becomes fatal. If 1/1000th of your oxygen is replaced by carbon monoxide, you'll probably die. The risk is greatest in cold weather, when homes are closed up, often preventing hazardous gases from being ventilated. In fact, because the heater isn't working properly, the thermostat is often turned up to warm up the residence, and by burning more gas, the toxic levels continue to rise. This often produces a humid condition which forms condensation on the inside of the windows. Since carbon monoxide is odorless and tasteless, victims often don't realize they're being poisoned until it's too late. Some of the symptoms are headaches, queasiness, flu-like achiness but without the fever. Very often, pets evidence these symptoms more quickly than humans. Also, small children and elderly people are affected more rapidly. Carbon monoxide is measured in parts per million with respect to the atmosphere. Being exposed to 50 parts per million, most people start feeling the effects. At 500 parts per million, headaches can start. Between 1 and 2,000 parts per million, nausea and confusion sets in. Reaching 3,000 parts per million brings on unconsciousness. And if a level of 4,000 is reached, death will result within an hour. Carbon monoxide can also escape in other ways, from engine exhausts, or damage to the venting system, such as a break in the flue pipe from the heater. Over time, dangerous levels of toxicity will be reached.
Hello? Hello?
If you respond to a possible CO emergency and no one comes to the door upon entering, if your eyes burn, get out. If you have a carbon monoxide detector, activate it before entering the property.
Ambulance. Anybody home?
If it goes off, then breathing apparatus needs to be put on before continuing. Otherwise, you could become a victim. When you have the proper protective equipment to enter, search for anyone who may be sick or overcome by the carbon monoxide.
We have a victim in the basement.
Any victims need to be removed from the residence. After achieving this first priority, efforts should be made to find what caused the emergency. Precautions for gas leak emergencies need to be taken even though the probable cause is carbon monoxide. The utility company should be notified as soon as possible, since many times the situation stems from a heating-related problem.
Can you dispatch the gas company to this location?
Turn the thermostat down to shut the furnace off. The residence can now be ventilated and monitored until safe levels are reached. If any appliances are operating, turn them off, and if not operating, leave them off. The utility company technician, after determining that the gas appliance needed to be turned off, did so and tagged it. Service will only be restored when the homeowner is able to correct the problem. Depending on the cause, this often involves the manufacturer or heating contractor. It may or may not involve the utility company. Let's review some of the important aspects of dealing with carbon monoxide emergencies. If you're responding to a possible CO emergency, what are some of the clues which might confirm this? No response from the occupants. Moisture buildup on the windows. Burning eyes upon entering. Which of these are symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning? Headache, breathing difficulty, or a sick pet which often shows symptoms early and more severely. While flu-like symptoms are present, the absence of fever indicates toxicity rather than a viral infection. What's wrong with this procedure? The responder is not wearing a breathing apparatus. Don't become a victim by being unprotected yourself. What's wrong with this procedure? Making the area safe does not include putting any gas appliances back into service. Leave everything turned off.